Hello. Anybody there? I am here again today. Sorry that I'm late today. I was out doing some stuff. But I am here today. It's never late than never. So I'm gonna continue today with the same topic yesterday, but I'm gonna give it a different spin to it today. We're still gonna be looking at John 3:18 to 21. That's what we're gonna be looking at today. I'm gonna still talking about the silence because I know silence it's dangerous. It's very dangerous to be silent. We need to speak up. People need to start talking about evil things that are going around in your society. And today I'm gonna give it a little bit spin to it. Why KKy kinda Yamba is the way out for Sierra Leone too. I'm gonna mix it in a biblical perspective, and like I'm just gonna show some light into it. People might not agree with me. People might think I don't know what I'm saying, but I did my research. That's why I come to the conclusion that he will be the better candidate for the election in Sierra Leone. So people can share this video, share the video, invite somebody can be blessed. But we need to start talking about the stuff that's going on in Sierra Leone. If we need a way out, we need to speak up. If we don't speak up, we're giving consent to evil. We're giving consent to the devil. We're giving consent to darkness in the community. So please share this. It might bless somebody. And I want also the people that in the Western world that have family back home, like, do your research. Let this election don't be just on an election. Let it be for good. Let it be something good. So I'm gonna be talking about the silence again. Don't be silent about evil that is going on in your environment, in your community, in your society. Don't give silence. I am here talking about evil, and for people not to compromise with evil or darkness. Don't compromise with evil or darkness. We need to take action to stop it, and the only way we can take action to stop it is when we start talking about it and making people aware of it. Like, if some people are not aware of the stuff that's going on, there's gonna be no solution to it. But if we talk about it and then we can have solution, because there is a solution. There is a way out. We're just not boxed in. There is a way out. There is a way out in a crisis. There is a way out. So we've done wrong things. It's time for us to turn to another new page and start doing the right thing in life. We need to take action. We need to stop. Don't link up with lies and evil. We need to stand up for truth and the right practice. We are following wrong practice, and we need to stand up. We need to start speaking. If somebody is doing something evil to a person, first you need to discuss with the person. You need to tell the person, said, hey, you know what, you're doing this thing, and I don't think it's right. I don't think it's it's the right way. I don't think it's the right way. There is a better way we can do it. It's like talk to the person first, and that's the first step. And if the person doesn't listen to you, then you go to the next step. Talk to somebody that they might know, like that they have high respect for. Talk to the person and say, hey, this is what the person is doing, and I don't think it's right, and there is the better way, and this is a solution, this is the better way, it will benefit to that person. Like we need to talk, we need to say something. And sometimes your friend or your loved ones might be doing something wrong. You need to point them out. You need to tell them the right way. You need to show them, say, hey, yeah, you've been doing this, and you can have a better result if you do it this way. Like show your light, like show your love. But if you're not saying anything, you're not talking, telling them that they think that it's okay, and it's not okay, but you can see the light. If you're at the light, like share your light out and educate people. If you know better, like educate them. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to educate people. I'm trying to say something. So please educate people. Please tell people that they're doing wrong. Like, I don't want you to like bash them or anything, but do it in a kind way, in a loving way, for them to see your point and to change. In Matthew, I'm gonna go first to Matthew 8:18, and we should always expose evil. He said that, like we're supposed to expose evil. Like that's the only way the light will come, when we expose evil. But if you don't expose evil and you gain consent to it, you're not saying anything, you gain consent to it, you're saying that it's okay to do evil or to do bad to somebody or to abuse somebody. You gain consent for the abuse. You're giving consent, even though you're not when you're not saying anything, that means you're giving consent to that. Like my culture, our culture is always killing people. Like the culture is killing people. Like in Sierra Leone, as I mentioned yesterday, like you're not supposed to say, you're not supposed to talk, you're not supposed to ask questions. Like women are just like nobody, children are nobody, only the man is supposed to say stuff. Like we need to change that women too have ideas, women too know something, children too know something. Like let them hear the voice, hear what they have to say. Don't put them down, don't bash them. Like they need to hear. Like everybody matters here on earth. We matter, everybody matters. Don't give consent. Like evil is going on around. Don't be silent about it. You need to talk. You need to say something. You need to say it. Sometimes people think when you talk and you see evil and you point it out, they think that you are the problem. They don't know that you see the problem. You are not the problem. You are actually the solution. But some people, it's like, why do you always have to say something? Like me, like I have that problem at work and with my friends and loved ones. They're like, why do you have to say? Why can't you just ignore? Why can't you just be quiet? Why do you have to always say? Why can't you just, like, no, it's I can't ignore when I see something wrong going on. Like sometimes I ignore, but it doesn't sit right with me, and I have to say something. And the only time, and when I say something, that's the only time I feel better, after I said something. But if I just keep it to myself, it just kills me inside. And if you feel that way, it's because your gut, because people, you always say go with your gut feeling. Usually your gut feeling tells you that's not wrong. It grinds you. You're so uncomfortable. When you're uncomfortable in something, they're saying that that's not right. It's not wrong. It's not agreeing with you. That means it's wrong. So we need to start speaking. We need to start talking, and that's the only way we're going to have solution to problems. That's the only way we're going to have solution. But if we don't talk, we just be quiet, we are encouraging abuse, we are encouraging neglect, we are encouraging. You have to speak up. Your voice matters. Your voice matter. Anything, your voice matter. You say something, even if it doesn't make sense, but at least say something so that somebody knows that you're not agreeing with the evil or the thing that is going on. You have to speak up. That's the only way you can be heard. Okay, I'm gonna read again. I know yesterday I read John 3. I'm gonna pay more attention on this because I have so much to say yesterday that I didn't have the time, and today I'm gonna be putting a little bit spin on it about the election that it's coming up in Sierra Leone, because I researched and I look into it. I really look into it. Like things that I'm saying, I'm not just saying it because I want people to look at me or because I know it's the truth. It's a fact, because the truth always stands. The truth is absolute. It's universal. You can't go against the truth. Whenever you go against the truth, it always affects you later. It always comes back to you. So just bear with me, and I will put a spin on it to see why the KKy NGC is the better candidate that's going to set Sierra Leone free. He is a genius. I was reading up on him. He's genius. And I'm just going to see how he's going to help Sierra Leone with all the corruption, with everything. Just be here with me. I'm going to read John 3:18. John 3 verse 18. I'm just going to look it up here. Oh. And this is why I think he's the better candidate. He say in the Bible here, it say everything is in the Bible. Everything you need is in the Bible. Every answer you need, every problem you're going through, you go to the Bible, you'll have answer to it. So he said, he who believe in him is not condemned. He who believe in him is not condemned. But he who does not believe is condemned. Here it's talking about Jesus already. He's talking about Jesus. Believe, like he said, he who believes in him is not condemned. But he who does not believe is condemned already, because he has not believed in the name of the holy begotten Son of Jesus Christ, is condemned. Verse 19. And this is the condemnation. Okay, this is the condemnation part of it. Okay, that the light has come. The light has come into the world, and men love darkness rather than light. Today, people don't see the light anymore. Nobody believes in the truth anymore. Like some people living in lies. People not believing in truth. Like we need to believe in truth. Like look at what it's saying here. Okay? And this is the condemnation, that the light has come into the world, and men love darkness rather than light. Men love darkness. You see, men love darkness. We like darkness. Why would we like darkness when Jesus already gave us light? And people don't really follow the light at all. Like we live in the age that Everybody lies. Nobody talk true anymore. And we see evil and we see people lie and we encourage it. We encourage it daily. Everybody encourage evil. There is principle in life. And if you don't follow the principle, you're always going to be victim. Because there's principle. You do it right. You do it right the first way. You won't have any problem. But when you don't follow the principle, there is always problem. There is always problem if you don't follow the principle. God give us principle in life, and we need to use that principle. It says, it is what we love that we determine if we are going to make it in heaven. What we do, like on earth here, what you do, how do you spend your day-to-day life? What do you do? What is more important to you in life? If it's material thing that's more important to you in life, that's not right. Material things not supposed to be more important to you in life. The most important thing for you in life supposed to be about the kingdom, like fulfilling the kingdom, the will of God here on earth. Not like in darkness is. It's not kingdom principle. God is against darkness. And people think that, another thing that people think that, like doing church activities, like going to church every Sunday, like being a caretaker in the church, or like singing at the church, or cleaning, or like activity, going to church every Sunday, or doing much activity. The people think that is what's going to take them to heaven. That is what's going to give them eternal life. Like, really, that is not what's going to give you eternal life. That is not. You have to follow the principle of God. He says here, men love darkness rather than light. Like, darkness. What is darkness? It's things that's evil. It's things that's abomination in the sight of God. It's abomination. You cannot do it. And if you keep doing it and you know it's wrong, and you keep doing it, you're giving way to darkness. You're giving way to evil. You're giving way for evil to prevail over your life. Like, it's not what you do. It's not the outward appearance that's going to take you to heaven. It's not. It is your heart. What is in your heart? What you love. What you love. Like, day to day, you check yourself. Like, what do I love most? And if you love money, and if you love material things, and you're not doing the will of God, I'm sorry, but that's not going to give you entire life. What is more important what is more important to you? Sometimes it is hard and difficult to love, but we need to love because God loves. Many Christians don't know what the truth is anymore. We don't believe in the truth anymore. We don't know what is love anymore. We don't know if God accepts us or not. It's things that comes from the heart that God wants. Well, because God sees your heart. God sees your heart. He created you. He knows your heart. What does your heart follow the most? What does your heart cherish the most? You have to look. Some people never heard of the gospel. And some people do hear about the gospel. But some people, okay, I'm going to give you two people here, okay? There's gonna be one, the Christian. The Christian goes to church, doesn't miss service, pay tithe and offering, very active in the church. And there is a truth person. I'm gonna be a truth person, okay? A truth lover, somebody that loves to say the truth. Some people that stand for the truth. So I'm gonna compare a Christian person, a believer, and a truth lover. Like, who do you think will make heaven, or who will you think will have eternal life, and who do you think is living the principle? He's living the life of God, and he's living the way Jesus wants us to live. So that's the Christian person, goes to church, doesn't miss service, pay tithe and offering, very active in the church. And there's the truth lover, the person that loves truth, that is not religious, doesn't go to church, doesn't pay tithe and offering, but uses his money to take care of the poor and needy that God's talk about in the Bible. So those two persons, who do you think gonna make heaven? You think it's a Christian person that goes to church, pay tithes, do all the activity, the pastor say come do this, he's willing to do this, he sleeps at church, he does everything in church? Or the true lover who is not religious, doesn't go to church, doesn't pay tithe, doesn't do nothing, live a sinful life, but when he have money, he uses that money to give to the poor, to the needy. He says in John 3:18, how does God condemn us? It tells us there in John 3:18 how God condemns us. And in John 3:16, it says, for God so loved the world that he gave us his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him will not perish but have everlasting life. If my family never heard about the gospel, sometimes we wonder, okay, what about in the olden age, like the gospel was not preached till our great grandparents? Like, nobody, are they gonna make heaven? Like, everybody wonder who's gonna make heaven, who's not gonna make heaven. It's not going to church every day, doing activity at church every day, that's gonna take you to heaven. It's not the outward appearance that is gonna take you to heaven. It's your heart. What is your heart? Are you following the principle of God? Are you following Jesus Christ? Are you following what Jesus wants us to do? I'm telling you, Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. Nobody comes to the Father through me, except through me. We Christian today think that speaking in tongues, being born again, that's what's going to take you to heaven. Speaking in tongues, oh, you can do that. That's a bonus to you. Speaking in tongues, being born again, that is a bonus. But that's not the criteria that's going to take you to heaven. That's not it. That's just a tool that we're going to need. That's not what's going to take you to heaven. And there's another person that cannot speak in tongue or being born again. Who do you think is going to... But this person, the other person, he doesn't speak in tongue. He's not born again. And doesn't go to church. And this other person goes to church, speak in tongue, do all the activity, doesn't miss church and everything. But the person that doesn't speak in tongue or do anything, follow the heart of God. He sees the poor and needy. He helps the poor and needy. But he doesn't go to church. Who do you think is going to make heaven? The person that speak in tongue, do all the activities in the church, but doesn't do anything to help the poor? It will pass by a poor person a needy person and just walk by and didn't do anything to help that person, or the other person that doesn't believe God, doesn't go to church, but will stop by and see the needy and say, oh, how can I help you? That person, he's doing the heart of God. That person is the lover of God, even though he's not born again, or even though he doesn't speak in tongues, but he's doing the heart of God. Is the heart that takes us. If your heart is dirty, it's not going to take you to God, even though you go to church 7 days a week. But your heart, if it's dirty, you're doing evil things, you're doing bad things. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but you're not a lover of God. You are not a lover of God if you're not doing the main things. When Jesus came on earth, when he was living on earth, what was he doing? Was he helping the poor? Was he helping the needy? He was always helping the poor and needy. He was not helping those people who rich. Like even in the Bible, in one of the richest men in the Bible said, oh, how can I enter the kingdom of God? And then God said to them, like he was saying, I go to church, I do this, I pay my tithes, I do this, I do that, and everything, all the religious stuff. It said, that's good. But listen, it's the heart, because it's the heart. And then because the man is so devoted to his riches, and Jesus told him, go and sell all your things and give to the poor. You see? The heart. If you cannot help the poor, or when you see the poor, your heart is not broken and you're just comfortable in it, you go to church and you speak in tongues and you worship God, and you cannot help the poor and the needy, I'm telling you, you're not a follower of Jesus. I'm sorry to disappoint you. You are not a follower of Jesus. You are not. So please follow the heart of God. And people sometimes condemn. Like who is us to condemn people? Who is us to condemn people? I am not here to condemn anybody. I am not here to judge anybody. But we need to know the truth, because the truth is the only thing that is going to set us free. So please, I am just saying, help the poor, help the needy. That is what's going to take you to heaven. Not your religious thing. Not you being religious. Not you going to church 7 days a week. Not you praying and fasting to 41 days or 40 days or 21 days. That is not what, that is just tools that you can use to get to God, but that's not the criteria that is going to take you to heaven. You can pray all you want, you can fast all you want, you can be religious all you want, but that's not the criteria that's going to take you to heaven. That is just a tool that we can use to go closer to God, but it's not the criteria. The criteria to take you to heaven is your heart. What does your heart love? What do you love the most? Do you really love the most that you can die for God? That you can die to help your family, your friends, or or the loved ones? You can do everything you can to help those person that is in need. The heart is what God is gonna look. It's not the way you look or what you do. It's the heart. What does your heart love the most? That is the criteria that's going to take you to heaven. The criteria, helping the poor, the needy. And Sierra Leone has failed us. Like Sierra Leone have failed us. Like the pastors have failed us in Sierra Leone. The government have failed us, and they say they're Christian, and there's so much Christian in Sierra Leone, and they're not doing the heart of God, and they think that they're gonna make it in heaven. And we're gonna be so shocked that some people that we're gonna see in heaven and the people that we're gonna see in hell, we're gonna be a shocking for us to find out. It's like, oh, look at that person. He doesn't go to church. He was smoking. He was doing this. but at least that person was doing the heart of God, which is helping people, helping the needy, but then there is this religious person that was fasting 21 days, fasting and praying. It's at the church all the time, singing in the choir and sweeping the church and doing all that kind of stuff, but never help the poor, never help the needy, never do all the stuff. That person will not make it. I'm sorry to disappoint you. You might be saying that, oh, do you think you know what you're talking about? Yes, I do know what I'm talking about. It's in the Bible. I know what I'm talking about. It's in the Bible. But nowadays, and people in Africa don't read the Bible for themselves anymore. For them to have revelation themselves, everybody depend on the pastor. What did the pastor say? Everybody depend on the pastor. What about you? God give you brain, use it. But everybody depend on the pastor. I was a victim of that. I depend on, oh, what does the pastor say? What do you want me to do? Everybody depend on the pastor. They're not seeking God themselves to know what the heart of God is, what to do, how to please God. But everybody depend. What's the pastor? Everybody going for prophecy. Everybody wants prophecy. Everybody wants to know their future instead of concentrate on the present time and feel. Read the Bible yourself. We have revelation yourself. We know the truth, and the truth will set you free. But nobody wants to read the Bible. Everybody just wants what other people say. Nobody wants to do their own research anymore. Like he said, look at it in John 3:19. This is the condemnation. It depends on what is going on in the heart. What is your priority? What is the priority of your heart? If the priority of your heart is just yourself, is just you, material things, I'm sorry, you are not a believer of God. And you said you're a Christian, you are not a believer of God. And it's really pained me. It really hurts me that I'm having this revelation from God, and I'm reading the Bible and I'm seeing these things and I'm questioning myself, like, okay, and these powerful men of God, and they say they hear from God and they're not doing, and then there's so much corruption in the country, there is so much poverty in the country, they don't help the poor, the school system is so poor in the country, kids are not in school, parents can't afford, they can't send the kids. Some of these pastors open private school and they charge so much instead of opening that private school, and they're using the money that the member of the church use to build this school, and the members of the church can't even afford to send their children in a private school. You're supposed to build that school and said, okay, you hear the word of God and God asks you to build a school. Yeah, that school, build it. Don't try to make profits out of it. Use it. Like the people that go to the church, but now everybody is trying to bring people into the church instead of us going out and do. That's where, when Jesus came, he never built a church. He was always out there and sick and looking for the poor, helping the needy, setting people free. But now everybody wants people to come. Everybody wants to do miracle in the church, where the miracle that we need is outside of the church. The miracle we need is outside of the church. It's not inside the church, because all the people inside the church supposed to be saved, supposed to be a believer, supposed to be a carrier of light. But no, but they only pretend when they're inside the church, and when they go outside of the church to do something. But when you go outside of the church, that's where you're supposed to show your light. That's where you're supposed to and do the kingdom of God. The kingdom of God is outside. The Great Commission is not bringing people in the church. It's going outside of the four wall of the church and go and preach to the people and heal the sick. But now miracle happen inside the church. When they can go outside, a lot of people are sick in the hospital. If you're a powerful man of God, Sick people in the hospital, go and use your power there. Go and use your power. Go and pray for the sick. Go and help the needy. That's what God wants us to do, but we are not doing that. We're failing God. And I'm pleading to the pastors in Sierra Leone, please, people, I want you guys to share this. Please share this, because every one of us need to start talking and start reading the Bible, and we are not reading the Bible and we are not talking about it. And I'm going to talk today about I put in my title that KKy, which is the one of the candidates of the election coming. So I am gonna be mixing the Bible and also talking about KKy, why I think he is the answer to Sierra Leone crisis, Sierra Leone problem. Okay, I have been looking into the politics. I'm not a politician, and so I don't want people to start thinking I'm a politician. I am not a politician, but I'm a lover of the truth. I am the daughter of the Most High. So I will point out where I see evil, where I see bad things. I'm telling you, the Marabio and the other candidates like the SLPP, the APC, they are big fraud. They don't love that country. I don't think they love that country. If you look, people in the Western world, I want you guys to do your research and educate our people back home. Do your research about these three main candidates, okay? The SLPP, the APC, and the NGC, okay? Do your research about it. When you look up in the internet, because I went and I looked up in the internet about these three candidates that are going to be elected, why I think one of them is the light and those two are just fraud. They are darkness. They're just after money. They're just greedy, and they're not going to do that country any good. They're not going to do it. I am a truth lover, and I love God. He said the light comes into the world and men love darkness rather than light. And the reason why I think he is the light, that he's gonna make Sierra Leone a better country, he's done his research. I read, I was wow, and all the problem that is going on, and I wondered, like, it really breaks my heart that people are not seeing this. What do you love the most? Do you love God the most? Or do you love material things? Or do you love, I don't know what you love. If you love God the most, you will help the poor. You will help the needy. And people are suffering in Sierra Leone. People are suffering. The educational system is so bad. Like, who's going to take care of the next generation? But I think KKy is the way for Sierra Leone. KKy is the way for Sierra Leone. NGC is the way for Sierra Leone. SLPP, APC, they're fraud people. They're after money. And I can show you scripture in the Bible that will tell you that they are lover of money. If you look in the internet, you research about these three flag bearers of the APC, the SLPP, and the NDC. I think KKy Yumikela is going to do Sierra Leone a good job, because I am reading about that man and I read about the other two, but I don't see anything that they want to do for Sierra Leone. The SLPP, Madabio, he's a fraud. What have he done good for Sierra Leone? What have he done? When he was in London, what did he do? If you look in the internet and research about these people, you will find that they didn't do anything. Like even the APC one, he's around money. Like all I see is around money. It was finance, work in the bank, work with the I can't remember because but I read it like yesterday. Like he's all around money, and even the SLPP is money. That's money they're talking about. But NGC, he's talking about the future. Like he's seeing what I'm seeing. Even though he's a Muslim, but he carries the light. He's way better. So I want people, please, my Sierra Leonean people, share this video. It might touch somebody. Somebody needs to hear it. We, the Sierra Leonean, we need to do our research. Who is the better candidate? I'm not a politician, but I see the light, and I want to share the light. When you go vote, I don't have the opportunity to vote, but if you vote, please, this is the time for us not to be silent. This is the time we need to speak. If you vote for APC, if you vote for SLPP, I'm telling you, they're not going to do nothing for that country. They are not going to do nothing. I know some people are SLPP and APC, but it's not about that now. It's about we need to bring our country back. Are these two men, this SLPP and APC, are they gonna bring our country back to where it was? I don't see anything to prove that they will do that job. They will do anything, because I've done my research and I don't see anything that will say that they will do anything good. But NGC, KKy for short, because that's all I've been hearing. Yumikela, Kande Yumikela. I just know his name. The other one I know Marabio because he was a former president and stuff. Yeah, but the other one, the APC, is Samara, or I can't even remember his name because his name, I don't know. It doesn't, but like you look at his profile, people, we need to educate the people back home. We need to educate who to vote for. We have saying in the vote. We have saying in the vote. When God says yes, nobody can say no. And if those people, they try to manipulate that election, God is not going to be happy with them. Don't be true to yourself. Let the people voice speak who they want. And our better choice is this man. I don't know this man. He doesn't even know me. I don't know him. I just read about him and I fall in love with him already. Like, not in love, like I just fall in love with his idea, the plans he have in Sierra Leone. Like, he was saying things that I'm seeing that is affecting Sierra Leone. He wants to fix that. And if we don't give him the chance to fix it, because people will go vote for APC because they say, oh, it is the APC is for life. APC is for life. SLPP is for life. No, it's not about that anymore. People need to really do their research. Not about that. Even my party, like my family party, is APC, but like it's not about whose party is it. It's who is going to do the country justice, who is going to fix the country, who's going to fix the stuff, who's going to help us, who's going to better that country. That's what we're supposed to look. We're not supposed to look who the name or anything, but that man have planned for that country. Like, I was looking up about him, like he was talking about the educational system, the poverty, how he's going to fix that. Like, he was talking, let me just read some of the article. I'm just going to highlight some of the stuff that I read about him from the Standard Time in Sierra Leone, the newspaper in Sierra Leone. Like, he was talking about the poverty rate, how the poverty, 60 to 70% of people are living in poverty. That is his concern, and he wants to fix that. He wants to bring solution to that. 60% of youth are unemployed. is a crisis. 60% of youth are unemployed. 60%. Can you imagine that? Teenager pregnancy. These are the things he's talking about. Just do your research and see what the other party are talking about. They're talking about money. They're fighting. They're rallying the youth. They're putting them to destruction. They're making them to go to destroy things or to fight to make a coup or something. But this guy is more concerned about the poor. He's more concerned about the employment. He's more concerned about the teenagers' pregnancies and the university and 3 to 7 students using a single exam question paper. You see, you guys see what I'm seeing and why I think he's the light. He's the answer, even though he's a Muslim. But he's doing the heart of God. That is the heart of God that he's doing. Please share this video. It might bless somebody. He said there are currently more than 10,000 underpaid teachers. You see what I'm seeing? Why I think he is the way? NGC is the way. He's not paying me to do this. I don't know this man. I just research about him and I know what he's saying, and I know those are the problem in Sierra Leone because I went to Sierra Leone 2 years ago and I wept. My heart was broken, and he's talking about how he's gonna fix those things. And then, but we people, we don't think about that because we're thinking about ourselves. We're so greedy that we might see that he have better option. People might see it, but they will be so blind to it because they want to satisfy their family. They want to satisfy their loved ones, but they know he's the light. They're gonna fight against him in anyhow because he have planned for that country. It's based on what I read about him. That's why I'm talking this way, the way I'm talking. But I read about the other flag bearer of that of Sierra Leone. I don't see nothing. I don't see nothing. How are they going to fix the problem? They're not even mentioning. I don't know, maybe I didn't go depth into research, but I didn't see nothing that's how they're going to fix. Oh, for Madabio, I saw that he's going to be free education for the SS. That's it. What about the poverty rate? What about the teen pregnancy? What about the employment rate? What about the youth? Who's going to run the country in 10 years from now? But he's talking about this. And he also gives credits to some of the stuff that the previous governments did. But he knew that it's better, there is more. And I know it's more. There is more. I have ideas how we can fix that country. I'm not brilliant. I am not smarter than anybody. But I have ideas because I'm a light. And I want to share the light. He's talking about this, the crime rate, like the crime rate in the country. Like KKy is the way out for Sierra Leone. I am saying this over and over. Is the way. NGC is the way out. I don't care who party you are, but do your research. Read about these people. Share this video. Share this video because people in Sierra Leone need to know that how he's the way. I did my research yesterday. I looked into it. I've been looking into Sierra Leone politics, and he's the way out. He's talking about the crime rate in the country. That is so big there. The educational system is so big there, and he have ideas how he's a Muslim, I get it, but he's a light. He's a light, and he's gonna better that country. He's gonna fix the situation in that country. KKy will fix the situation. I have faith in him. Based on what I read about this man, he have planned for that country, and people gonna fight against him how to get rid of him because not everybody like the light. Everybody fight against the light. But he's the light. He's going to set Sierra Leone free. He's going to bring Sierra Leone to a way. And people need to know this. People need to do the research yourself. Like, go to the internet, do your research about all the fear. I know people might be addicted to SLPP or APC. We're addicted, but they're not going to do us any good. They will not do us any good. We have to do what is right. NE is the way out. People, please, I am begging you, when you do vote, vote for him. He will set Sierra Leone free. I can see it because I read what he have, the educational system. He wants to fix that. The poverty, he wants to fix that. He wants to fix the lights, the electricity there. He wants to bring better economic in the system. He wants, and what are Madabio and the other one, I can't even remember his name anymore, like SLPP, APC, what are they talking about? What are they talking about? You do your research in the computer, they're not talking about anything. It's just money. They're just greedy. And if they go there, they're just gonna squander the money. They're just gonna enrich themselves, and they're not gonna do, they might do a minimum of stuff, but they're not gonna do a whole lot. But this guy, this KKy NGC, he's sacrificing and leaving his stuff, his job and everything because he wants to better Sierra Leone. And I have faith in him. And people might look at me that I'm crazy, but I have faith in him based on what I've read. And I have my heart. God knows my heart that I know the problem that we need to fix in Sierra Leone. And he's talking about all those problems, how, and he have planned how he's going to fix this country. But if we don't stand up and speak our voice by voting and let everybody know he's the way, we need to educate our people back home that he have planned for that country. He have planned for that country, and he's gonna better that country. He will help. I know he have a lot of work to do, but he's gonna better that country. So please, my people, share this video. Do your research about the election. Just don't go just because SLPP is famous, APC is famous. This is time for a change, and it is a better change for Sierra Leone. My heart breaks for Sierra Leone. Only God knows how I feel about Sierra Leone and all the crises that I know that need fixing. And he is talking about those crises. He's talking how he's gonna fix those things. Do your research before you vote. Like everybody in the Western world, educate your family why he's the better option. He is the better option. What I have heard about videos about Madabio, about his life in London and stuff, I'm not judging anybody, I'm not condemning anybody, but he doesn't really have, he just wants money. He just wants money. They just wants money. Like even the other one, the APC, is around, he's surrounded by money. All what I read about him, I can't give you details of it because I don't have it. But he works in the bank. Like probably that's his calling, but he's always around money, financial. He was the Minister of Finance. I think right now he's Minister of Finance and everything. He's around money, and you think when he's a president and he have full control of the money, you think he's gonna do anything good to the country? What is he doing now about the country? What kind of help is he doing right now that he's in the country? The APC flag bearer, what is he doing now that is making impact in Sierra Leone's life? What is Madabio doing that's making impact, instead of gathering group of or youth people and making them go fight or do corruption or doing vandalism and stuff? Like, no, do your research. Please vote for KKy. I will be talking about him on my platform all the time because I want people to know that he's the way out. Don't just go APC for life and Sierra, but we need to sit down and really think about it and who is going to benefit the country. It's not about the name. It's who is going to do the country justice. Who's going to do the country justice? That's who we're supposed to vote for. And the people that we're praying, I want us to pray. Say, God, who do you want? I know you already answer us because people have been praying about Sarah. And here is the answer. We have an answer to our prayer about Sarah. We have an answer. And the answer is KKy NGC party. That is our answer. And if we don't vote, or we don't say anything, or we don't do anything about it, then the devil is going to rule again. Don't give way to the devil. Don't give way to evil. Don't give way to it. We have say. We can make this right. This election will make it right. Will be more like everybody's greedy. Like it's in the Bible. When you follow, I'm just going to read a few verses about money and about greed in the Bible, okay? Because I'm not the one saying. I'm just going to read. He said Acts 8:20, okay? But Peter replied, may your money be destroyed with you for thinking God's gift can be bought. You cannot buy the gift of God with money. You cannot do that. Mark 12:41. Jesus sat down near the collection box in the temple and watched the crowd dropping their money. Many rich people put large amounts. Then the poor widow came and dropped its 2 small coins. And Jesus said this to his disciple, I tell you the truth, this poor widow has given more than all other have made like contribution. That widow gave with his heart. And I don't think SLPP or APC, their heart is for Sierra Leone. Their heart is for money. It's like, oh my God, if I become a president, how much money I'm gonna control? Oh, I can do this, I can do this. They want to make riches. They just want to squander some money. That's my opinion. It's not a prophecy. It's not nothing. It's just a common sense. It's just a common sense, okay? That's all they're thinking. That's where the heart is. Their heart is not for Sierra Leone. I am going to bet you that 110% because I am really, based on my review, based on my research, 110% those 2, SLPP and Sierra Leone, I don't think. The main priority is to solve the problem of the Sierra Leoneans or bring the country back in order. I don't think so. My heart doesn't think so, and I don't feel that way. I think they might do something, but they might not do all. They might do minimum. They might do just a little bit. But KKy, I think he will go beyond. He will do more. He won't just do minimum. He will go extra mile. He will do his best. He will put his 110% in it. But those 2 will not put. They will just put minimum. They will just find a way. I just can feel it. I just can feel it because you research it, you review it. There is nothing that will say anything positive that they want to do except for free education, because everybody is deprived of education. It's like, oh, he's gonna give us all free education, but they're not seeing what NGC is trying to do. Everybody's scared of free education, but he have more. NGC have more stuff that he wants to do more than free education. So do your research and educate your family back home and share this video. You might just bless somebody, you might just save somebody. Please, I will come back, I will share more light, I'll do some more research, and I will see. But I think he's the better candidate than any of those other candidates out there in Sierra Leone. So please share this video. He's not paying me to do this. I don't know this man, I don't even know him. I just read about him, and it doesn't take a genius, it doesn't take anointing, it doesn't take power, it doesn't take prayer to point that out. If you read, wisdom, God gave us wisdom, God gave us brain. Read, do your research, look deep into this man. Don't take me for my word, but look deep into this man and see how each of one of them is going to benefit the country. What have they done with their life? And if you see what they've done in their life and the changes they've made, and then you think, but do your research. Just don't go vote just for vote's sake. Make your vote count. You can decide who can be the president. Please share this video and educate your family back home. Do your research yourself. Don't take me for my word. Do your research and you will see what I'm seeing. I'm seeing he's the better candidate. So please share this video. I love you guys. I'm just here. I just don't come here just for have fun or anything, because this thing matters to me. These things are more important to me. That's why I'm taking my time. I'm coming out of my comfort zone. This is not my comfort zone. It's not my comfort zone. But I am out. I'm stepping out, and I need all of us to step out. Do something. Let your vote count in Sierra Leone. Vote for the right person, the person that's going to change. And also, when you pray and ask God, say, God, who do you want to be the president? Not just go pray, oh, let this person win, let this person win. No, who do God want? Because when we put somebody that God wants there, he will do more. But if we put the wrong person there, we won't reap all what we're supposed to reap. Don't vote for the wrong person. Don't put the wrong person there. It's gonna suffer our people. It's gonna suffer our loved one back home. So vote for the right person. So share this video, tag somebody that needs to hear this, tag your people back home for them to look at it. And I love you guys, and I care about you guys, and follow God. Do the heart of God. Tell people that you love them. Be nice to people. Be good to people, even though they're evil to you or they're mean to you. Do good, because God loves when we are nice to people and when we love people. Love is the answer. Love is the answer. Truth is the answer. Truth. Love. And speak up. Don't be silent. Don't give consent to evil. Okay, take care. Love you. I'll go out now.